Are you an ambitious professional working a full-time job and you're still stuck at your heaviest weight? No matter how much you're working out or eating clean, you'll not lose weight no matter what you do for years. And it's not your willpower, it's actually because you're doing one critical mistake that sabotages your metabolism. So in this video, I'll share what that critical mistake is so you can finally lose the weight and keep it off and feel more healthy and get more confidence talking with clients and doing presentations. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also turn on the bell to get notified whenever I'm making a new video about weight loss advice every single week. I used these strategies to lose 60 pounds in 8 months and kept it off for 12 years, and I've helped dozens of men and women just like you lose up to 60 pounds and finally escape the yo-yo dieting cycle. And if you're tired of constantly losing and gaining the same weight, I want to help you get to your healthiest version without giving up the foods that you love. When you're trying to lose weight, your metabolism in the beginning is at its highest, where you are losing so much weight it feels effortless. But after a couple of weeks where your metabolism has adapted, your metabolism is going to slow down. And if we just consider that you are only focusing on the diet that is going to put you in a calorie deficit, like let's say your maintenance calories 2000 calories, and that is the calories you need to maintain your weight, but then you drop it like 500 calories to be in a 1500 calorie deficit. That's automatically helping you lose weight, but eventually over a couple of days, weeks, your metabolism is not going to be as highly functioning. It depends on how much effort you're putting in. So let's imagine that you are losing weight and then suddenly you're hitting a plateau where you're not sure why you're not losing any weight. You're not seeing the scale budge or you're not seeing any fat loss. So a critical mistake that you're making there is that you're thinking, if I'm not losing any weight, I'll probably just reduce my calories even more with 500 calories, and that is just a very difficult way for you to lose weight because your metabolism is also again adapting. So in order to lose weight through your diet, you're probably just going to eat 1000 calories, and as a man or woman, it's very difficult for you to lose any weight sustainably because you are not losing weight in the right order. Because if you are someone who wants to get a lean, toned, muscular body, you need to have meeting your macros, and macros is just dividing the calories you have on a daily basis onto protein and carbs and fat. So I always recommend that if you are trying to lose weight, you shouldn't drop your calories so much down. You should try staying in eat as much as possible. You have 2000 calories to be in a maintenance calories, and instead of dropping like 500 calories, you're dropping like 300 calories, 200 or 300 calories. You want to eat as much as possible because you're going to have a long time before you are finishing your weight loss. Let's imagine you put 12 weeks aside. So in the beginning, you want to keep as much muscle that you want by eating high protein diet, like 40-45% of your daily calories coming from protein, because it's going to help you feel very satiated and you feel like you are keeping all the muscles. If you are in a calorie deficit, your body has two options. It's either burns the fat or it burns the muscle. And if you have a lot of protein in your diet, with the 40-45% of your daily calories come from protein, you are maintaining the muscle. And let's imagine that you are steadily dropping weight through the diet of 300 calories, and eventually you'll start introducing cardio. The problem with not introducing cardio is if you are only focusing on, for example, eating the diet, you are only losing very little weight. But if you are want to lose even more, you are using cardio as a tool to like accelerate your fat loss. So you are introducing like 3 cardio sessions a week on a stationary bike. You are doing like 20 minutes on a stationary bike with a heart rate of 120 or 150. Because if you want to increase your daily outputs with how many calories you're burning, you should also make sure that the type of cardio you're doing is resistance, and you also have a high pulse. Because if you are just steadily going on a treadmill, just talking with a friend, you're not expending as much calories. So it wouldn't serve you so much spending that 30 minutes on a 20 minutes on a stationary bike instead just doing on a treadmill or on a stationary bike. I would love to know what is your biggest takeaway from the video. Just comment below and let me know. And after you've been using the cardio for 3 days a week on a stationary bike, you will eventually lose even more weight, and the body is just going to adapt eventually. So you're going to increase the amount of calories you are burning with one cardio session more of 20 minutes, because if you're reaching a plateau where you're not seeing any changes, you want to change things up with one cardio session more. And I always recommend that you are counting your steps, because steps is also a way to expand even more calories without even feeling that it impacts your daily life as an ambitious professional. If you are someone in the beginning being at your heaviest weight, you are struggling with breathing and you are struggling with taking up the stairs, and you have a lot of health issues with diabetes, heart, high blood pressure, it's going to be difficult, but you want to gradually increase the amount of steps you're doing. I always recommend like 5,000 steps a day or 6,000, and in combination with the cardio. And you should also aim for weight training, because if you are working out 4 or 5 times a week with strength training, you are also making sure that you are burning a lot more calories, but also keeping the muscles. It's not about losing weight for losing weight. You want to lose weight where you are keeping the muscles, so you, by the end of your weight loss, have a lean, toned, muscular body. So these are some of the things that I highly recommend you with. To summarize, that you are having a calorie deficit of 200-300 calories, and you're getting your macros like 45% of protein, 40% of carbs, and around 20% fat. Then you are doing the steps. That could be 5,000-6,000 steps a day, and then you're doing the cardio session 3 times a week on a stationary bike, because all these things, it will help you lose weight even faster in a more sustainable way while keeping as much food as possible. And a lot of people are just doing a lot of things wrong when they are trying to lose weight in the beginning, because you are probably just thinking you need to eat way less than you need, but your metabolism is just going to adapt to that, and it really sucks you just eating like 1,000 calories or 500 calories because you've been told that you need to do that, ignoring how your body is actually, how many calories your body actually needs. So you want to set yourself up for a long-term success. I know that when I was in the beginning trying to lose weight, I was just ignorant. I just thought 500 calorie diet, that's going to help me. But imagine how much food you can get for 500 calories or 1,000 calories. That could be 300 grams of chicken breast, a couple of eggs, a protein shaker, and some berries. It's very little food that you can get. So what you want to do is, instead of focusing on getting 90% of your food from whole foods, for example, whole wheat pasta, whole wheat bread, a lot of veggies, because it's very high in density and low in calories. And also Greek yogurt or skyr, that's a Scandinavian variant of Greek yogurt that is high in protein and low in calories. So it's going to help you feel you satiated a lot. So I definitely feel like this is going to be a big game changer for you if you're trying to lose the weight that you've been struggling with for so many decades, and you're not seeing the results that you want because you just keep in this vicious cycle, and you're feeling burned out right now, and you are not feeling that you are confident in the boardroom making the presentation and missing out on career opportunities. If you're ready to finally lose the weight for good and become the most healthiest version of yourself, just like you saw with the transformation pictures in the beginning, there's a link in the description and also in the comment section where you can apply for coaching with me by clicking the link, and we'll see if you're fit to work with me, and we'll just create a game plan together.